Welcome back, trainers, and we're going to be taking a look at level 51 Buzzwole. Seeing that we're going to be having that raid day, let's go ahead and show you how good it is going to be performing so you can make a decision on whether or not you want to go hard on that to get one of these. But let me make it simple for you. I'm going to tell you right now, I personally think it's one of the best out of all the Ultra Beasts in Pokemon Go. So you definitely want to raid that. If you do not have a bunch of candies or a good one, definitely go for it because it's amazing in all leagues, as a matter of fact, more preferably in the Ultra League as well as the Master League, but it can do things as well in the Great League. So if you do enjoy my videos, give it a thumbs up. We're going to be switching out the team periodically here, just changing it up. So personally for myself, when they were in the raids last, I just went crazy on them, and I was lucky enough to get a 100. As a matter of fact, I didn't even know I actually caught the 100 until I did 4-star to make sure, I had caught 100 or something, because I was going just absolutely bananas. And there it was, sure enough, we got the 100. So we're getting to another lunge. Let's go ahead and get into this commentary here. Buzzwole flexing on the Giratina, lowering the attack 2 times and bringing in the Snorlax here. And as soon as I see that Snorlax, I swap into that Dialga. We're going to go ahead and bring in that Melmetal. Now, we are going to be using Melmetal the entire time alongside Buzzwole. I just found it to be something that we kind of needed. It has superpower as well, so we can handle those steel types in case it does go down, and it also can protect it from fairy, because you have to keep that in mind. If you're going to be using this, you got to look out for fairy types, because there's really nothing you can do. We've taken out Togekiss, but the health has to be low. Let's be realistic, but it has happened before. It's pulled it off. Buzzwole is just a tank. All right, so they're bringing in their Giratina to farm us down there, bringing in the Snorlax, going for the body slams. Not very effective, but might as well just do a little bit of damage here before we take them out. We want to come out of this with energy though. Going for a Shadow Ball, and that is showing me that they do not have anything else. So they're still putting up a fight here. This is over. This is all but over. If you do not have Dragon Pulse, it is pretty much a wrap here. And we're going to be licking down that Giratina before they back out, right before it's over, and we take that win. Let's get it, folks, into the next battle. This does have a Beast Ball, and I love that thing, and we're met with a Kyogre. Now, Kyogre can be a pretty annoying thing to deal with, but for Buzzwole, it's going to be looking good. You definitely want to go with Lunge to lower that attack, and it is going to be doing a pretty decent amount of damage to most things, of course. Alright, so what is going on here? Shielding up that second Surf, and we're going to be able to get to the Lunge here. Going to be debuffing them by 2 stages, and at this point, we're going to be letting the next one go. We don't really want to use our last shield at this point. It's not like we are in some sort of super dangerous situation. We're going to be able to counter down. As a matter of fact, we should be able to lunge something. Going right for the superpower, just blind throw. Well, I didn't think it was blind throw. I think we saw what it was. A Zekrom. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to actually make it to the lunge. We do have Shadow Gardevoir. Crazy. And they're swapping into their Dialga. We're going to go ahead and just stay here for a minute, farming up to see if we can catch an Iron Head here. And if that is the case, that's pretty much a wrap because, well, we still have a shield left. We can go ahead and charm them down. And we're taking that win. Let's go. Moving it on to the next battle here. Leading with Buzzwole, I'm pretty sure the entire time. Met with a Melmetal, which is great. They're going to be swapping into their Kyogre. And we're going to go ahead and bring in our Dialga, which is going to be resisting that water. This is just a great matchup. If they hit you with Blizzard, yeah, good night, sleep tight. They're pretty much going to be able to take you out there. But if you shield it up, you're going to be looking okay. Coming out of here with a little bit of energy. And there's the Blizzard, farming them down. And let's go. Now, if you want to throw the Lunge on the Buzzwole to lower the attack, you will be able to survive that Blizzard very comfortably. As a matter of fact, still in the yellow, I do believe. Going for the Draco Meteor. They're going to be shielding it up and farming up extra energy to make sure they have something ready to go when I do bring in that Buzzwole. Going for a Rock Slide, going for the superpower, lowering their attack and defense. And we are not necessarily taking super effective because of the fighting type. It is going to neutralize it here, so looking good. I'm just going to go straight for the superpower. If they want to use that last shield, by all means, be my guest. We still have a Melmetal, and they're actually going to do that, so that's perfectly fine. They lowered their attack. We lowered our defense. It's kind of still going to be doing the same amount of damage. Not trying to catch another Rock Slide because it is going to be able to KO, but we can catch it with our Melmetal. Oh boy, that's perfect. Now we are going to be looking at yet again another crash. Niantic has finally addressed that. Oh, we see that you're talking about the game is crashing while you're in Go Battle League or in a battle sequence or something along those lines. But it happened again. You're going to see I pulled off so many good catches, and it just crashed on me at the very end. So all that work for nothing. All right, so what's going on here? We have the Kyogre up against our Dialga. And there's that example I was telling you about, still in the yellow after we did lower their attack with the Lunge. So that's great. Beautiful. Bring it into Mewtwo. That's what we want to see here. Going to go ahead and go for the Iron Head. No need to go for the Draco Meteor. Doing plenty of damage still. Still holding on to 2 shields, so I decide to go ahead and shield this up to kind of force them to keep on shielding and putting on the pressure with Dialga. They're not going to be able to farm me down with that Psycho Cut here, and I don't believe they're going to farm up any extra energy, so this is great. We're going to let it go at this point here. We do not need to shield this up. Down goes Dialga. Going to bring in that Melmetal here. They are shieldless, going for the Rock Slide, which is not going to KO, and we're not going to try to catch at this point. That's just the way it's going to go. Going to go ahead and just hold on to our shield here. Let them throw. Shadow Ball, no problem. Swapping as soon as they get that off, and they have a Yveltal in the back. Now, if it did have Gust, we're going to be taking a whole lot of damage, but they don't. They have Snarl, which is going to be resisted, which it's not doing any damage anyways to begin with. But I'm assuming they have Focus Blast and Dark Pulse, which are both going to be resisted by Buzzwole. So this is a very interesting situation here. Going to go ahead and shield up this next one, seeing that we're getting a little bit low. And building up a little bit of extra energy here. Going for the lunge, taking them out. As so we do not lower our attack. I mean, could you imagine they get to a Side Strike and we lose that battle? Alright, next one here, we're met with another Kyogre, and this is a situation that is perfectly fine. Dialga would love to see this, but we're not going to swap into it, but Buzzwole can still handle it to some degree here. Good to go for the lunge right off the bat, no need to hold back on that. Lower that attack, and a Surf is still going to be doing a decent amount. Kyogre's Surf plus the Waterfall that it does have is doing a decent amount of damage. It's always going to be doing a lot to pretty much everything, even if it's kind of resisting it. Alright, so they're swapping and catching. They've got, I think this is going to be a triple water team, if I do remember correctly here. They got a Palkia in the back. So it's not too common that you're going to be seeing electric types. I'm sure they are probably running into all kinds of electric types, I would assume. You know how it goes. Granted, if this is even a real human, no offense, I'm just saying, you never know what's going on here with this game. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and throw the Draco Meteor. Maybe should have went for trying to go for Iron Head, but then again it's resisted, so it's okay. We're just going to go ahead and bring in our Melmetal here and see if we can make do with this situation. Since they were building up too much energy, we know they're not getting off Fire Blast, so we're going to let that Aqua Tail go here. Dragon Breath is going to be resisted. Aqua Tail's not doing too much. Swapping into the Buzzwole to catch. Oh, it's put in its work. We kind of needed to do that here. Still holding on to 2 shields, kind of getting a little greedy with those shields. We're pretty comfortable, so yeah, we're looking good. I just wanted to make sure we're extra going to make it through this here. Going for the Rock Side here on their Kyogre, getting a shield, building up to the next one, which is going to KO them. And I do believe we're going to be able to Thunder Shock down their Palkia right before they try to quit here. Yep, they were trying to back out. No, Melmetal said, I will Thunder Shock you out of here. And we take that win. Moving it on to the next battle, going to be met with a Metagross. This is going to be a very interesting matchup. Now, Buzzwole is tanky as heck. I'm telling you, I wouldn't urge you to do it if it wasn't worth it. You know, Xurkitree is great, but it's so frail. If you get XLs, great. Good for you. That's going to be fantastic. Pheromosa, yeah, it's pretty interesting. It's going to be okay for raids. I wouldn't say so much for the PvP. And then Guzzlord, Ultra League, so it's not like you need too many. Good luck bringing it into the Open Master League XL. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting thing. Although it might be something worth trying, but that's only for the rich, I would assume. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that for you guys, but we'll have to see. And then regarding Nihilego, I kind of want that just for raiding. I want a good one for raiding. I guess you can say the same for Xurkitree. But Buzzwole is not so much for raiding, it's for PvP. The moves are just phenomenal. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and catch again with the Buzzwole. Let's go. Earth Power. Alright. Love to see that. Bringing back the Lugia, and we're just going to go ahead and keep doing a ton of damage while their Mud Shot is just barely doing anything, and we're going to be able to survive that. Hitting them with the Sky Attack, and they're actually surviving with 1 HP to get off their charge move. That's fine. We're going to go ahead and let it go. And we're surviving. And they bring in the Metagross to go ahead and take us out there. Bring it in our Melmetal, and I let this go on a flex. Yes, I was flexing. It has nothing to do with them. I just did it. Okay, let's go. Moving it on to the next one here. Buzzwole leading the charge up against a Mewtwo. Now, yeah, sure, Bug is super effective to Psychic, but this is not necessarily a matchup that we really want to be in. So what we're going to do, shield this up because it's essentially going to one-shot us. Get to the lunge and then swap, which is kind of a maybe trying to get a shield situation here. Yeah, sure, we lowered the attack. Can we catch with the Lugia? That is the question, folks, and we absolutely did. They're not going for a Shadow Ball, so let's go ahead and go on a catching spree. They're going to be swapping into their Dialga, which is still going to be a fine matchup for this Lugia here. We're going to go ahead and go for the Sky Attack. Didn't quite build up to the Aeroblast, so they kind of probably knew, yeah, that's not it. And they're correct. So unfortunately, no shield there, but they only had one. Going straight for the Thunder and taking us out, which is great because they used up most of their energy, bringing in the Buzzwole. And I'm thinking, let's go, let's farm them down. And we take them all the way down with the farm. Let's go. Holding on to a bunch of energy here. What are they going to bring into the battle? That Mewtwo. So we're almost at 2 lunges. Now this is going to be super effective, and it is going to do a decent amount. Look at that damage. Great. Getting to another one and then swapping into our Melmetal to see if we can catch a Psystrike after lowering their attack. Folks, we're on a catching spree. Let's get it going here. They got a Zekrom in the back, and here we go. This is the one. Look, I'm on the path to win. This is what I'm talking about. Why getting to Legend is just a joke. It doesn't matter. It doesn't freaking matter. If you're worried about ranking up, make sure you do so you can get your Elite TM, and that's it. Don't worry about the pose. It's all just nonsense, trash, garbage. Because you're always stuck with this broken ass game. Look at this. Froze. We were gonna win. I had energy on the Buzzwole. That Mewtwo was energy dry, and here we go. Alright, of course this is a loss. Of course they're gonna farm me down. I mean, it's not their problem. I would do the same thing as well. It's this dang game. So they have addressed it, but hey, here we are, and look at this. Fantastic. And there's the loss. Okay, great. Moving it on to our next one here. I'm leaving that in there because I want you to see it too. It's not just you. Every time I address these kind of things, people are like, yeah, thank you. I thought it was just me. And then you always have the people like, stop complaining. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, whatever. All right, so up against the Garchomp, this is actually a decent matchup here. And what do they got? Mudshot? Oh, that's just funny how that does work when we have the Flyer in the back as well as a Steel type and we get Mudshot. Alright, so flexing on them, like, come on, let's go. Hitting me with an Earth Power. Now, Outrage is going to do a decent amount even after lowering their attack here, but we can let it go, no problem at all. We're not using a shield here. Hitting me with that Outrage because that Quick Move's really not doing any damage. Going for the Lunge because I thought I'd be able to get there before they could, and now we're just going to be able to get a little bit more farm. So farming them down, and they did use 2 shields, I do believe. Going for the Lunge to lower the attack, which is just going to be putting us in a better position up against this Gyarados here because Superpower still resisted. Might as well go for Lunge. They're immediately swapping and bringing in their Melmetal. Gonna go for the Superpower, of course, and then swap. Now, yes, everything that Lugia has is going to be resisted by Melmetal, but it's low enough. We're still going to be able to do a decent amount of damage, and this is just the play. As simple as that. That's just what we're just going to have to do at this point here. We can absorb Rock Slides for days. Look at this. I mean, it's going to take 3 to take them out. We're a freaking flyer. This is incredible. Going for the Sky Attack, which is not going to KO, but bringing them down pretty low here. And they should be able to get to 1 more right before. Yep, beautiful. Letting this go. No need to shield it up. It'd be pointless right about now. They immediately bring in their Gyarados. And we will be letting this go. There's really no need to shield this up here. It's not like we're super threatened. If anything, we know that the Melmetal is not going to have a superpower, but just in case, we're going to go ahead and hold on to that energy here. And yeah, I mean, we're good. Taking them out with a Thunder Shock. Moving it on to our next one. Met with another Garchomp. No algorithm, just seeing Garchomps for 5 games in a row. Alright. So gonna get to the Lunge here. That was a little quick. I'm assuming that is gonna be Earth Power. Yeah, but it's still gonna be better play it safe than sorry. So shielding it up, and eventually they're gonna have to shield up too if they do want to win this matchup. So it doesn't really matter. That's perfectly fine. And it's not like Earth Power is taking so much less energy than Outrage. So they've got a little bit of extra energy. Good job. Letting this go, of course, it's going to be an Outrage. There it is. And we did double debuff them. They're swapping into Mewtwo. Getting to the Lunge right as I get to the Psystrike. I mean, Mewtwo farms so freaking fast. Gonna go for the Lunge at this point and then retreat. Yeah, lowering their attack. Bringing in the Lugia to farm them down here. Shadow Ball is not going to obviously be doing as much as before because we did reduce their attack. So let's see it. Still bringing us down into the yellow and still a healthy Lugia. 0 shields on our end, but we got a bunch of energy ready to go as well as a Melmetal in the back and a Buzzwole. So they're going to be catching a freaking Aeroblast here with their Garchomp that had no health. That is a big catch. We get the attack boost though, but something's going to happen. You're going to check this out. Seeing that they did have a decent amount of energy on that Mamoswine, things could go awry. But we're just going to go straight for the superpower here. I'm not sure they just were like not, miscalled that, or they figured, okay, the Buzzwole's just going to take us out in the back. But nonetheless, we take that win. Next battle, we're met with a Togekiss. Horrible lead. Swapping into Lugia. We need them to swap. Beautiful. Bring it into Mewtwo. That's all we needed them to do here. Shadow Ball is going to be doing a lot, but at least we can work around this situation. Now, technically, we're going to need to kind of win this matchup, even if it costs us 2 shields, because we need that alignment again. So we're getting 1 shield from them, and a Sky Attack is going to be doing a decent amount of damage plus the Dragon Tail. Letting the Shadow Ball go, they're not going to be able to Psycho Cut us down. Of course, the Side Strike is going to be able to take us out at this point. They're letting it go, not wanting to use 2 shields, bringing in the Togekiss, and not getting too much farm. That's exactly what we needed to do. Now we can bring in our Melmetal, and let's see if they want to swap here or try to catch. Okay, we're going to be able to go for the Rock Slide and land it on the Togekiss. Do they want to use that last shield? And they do. They are shieldless and swapping into their Groudon. This is a comfortable matchup. Fire Punch is super effective, so it's probably going to be best if we shield up that first one. Beautiful, and going for that lunge. Now, at this point, all we need to do is take out this Groudon. After we will lower their attack, we're great. Okay, we're not going to lower it once. We're going to lower it twice here. Might be able to get off another one, but oh, yeah, definitely going to be able to reach it first. Okay, it's no problem at all because that quick move is not doing much damage, and that Fire Punch, after we did lower their attack, is looking great. Not doing much at all. Got a little nervous, wanted to kind of farm them down, but I just threw it anyways, knowing that we're going to be able to maybe get to it, but I swap. Getting nervous again. This is, of course, going to be Flamethrower. Super effective, bringing us down pretty low. Now we need to get to 1 more Rock Slide. This is not going to be enough. We cannot quick move it down. And I do believe that Buzzwole is just not going to be healthy enough to get to that charge move. But we're able to get to another Rock Slide and take that win with that horrible Togekiss lead. That's what I'm talking about. Beautiful lag at the end. Always when you're only winning. Let's go. Moving it on to the next battle. What are we going to see? A Machamp. This is another great lead here. Rock Slide's going to be doing a decent amount of damage, but at the same time, we are going to be resisting their counter, so we're going to be looking good. They're actually swapping into their Dialga, in which we're going to go ahead and build up to 2 superpowers. All right, they're shielding up the first one. I mean, we've already done so much with our counter. This thing is just going crazy. Now, we have the Lugia to handle the Machamp, so we don't really need to worry about that. But I do want to preserve the Buzzwole, so we're going to go ahead and swap into our Melmetal here, build up quite a bit of energy, 2 superpowers, so we can hit the Machamp with one. As soon as they do bring it in, they're probably going to try to farm us down here, although we might be able to get to another one. We have debuffed ourselves quite a bit at this point. Are they going to be able to farm us down? And no, they would not. We were going to be able to get to another one, so they're going to go ahead and throw that cross chop. And I do want to bring in Lugia here because we will be able to take a hit. I actually shielded up anyways, but what I wanted to do was start building up the energy for whatever was in the back, because Aeroblast just destroys everything, and it is going to be a Togekiss. So as soon as I hit them with Aeroblast and they see the damage they do back out here, so we're going to go, it's pretty much one-shots Togekiss plus a couple of Dragon Tails, so that's pretty much it. We could even counter down with our Buzzwole. They back out, we take the win, and we move on to our next opponent. Let's keep it moving here, folks. If you haven't hit that like button, make sure you do that. Met with a Melmetal, which is great here. Let's see what they want to do. Probably going to go for a Rock Slide, then Retreat, which is going to do a decent amount of damage, but nothing too crazy. And we're going to be getting a decent amount of farm out of this. And maybe they're trying to catch. No? Okay, we got somebody who wants to stand up against the Buzzwole with their Melmetal, which is quite brave of them. As you can see, they are going to be able to bring us down, but we haven't thrown a charge move yet at all. So going for our first superpower, we are going to retreat or throw a lunge on this Mewtwo here. And then we'll bring in our Lugia. I do believe that's what we're going to go with right off the bat here. Beautiful. We have used no shields. They're bringing in their Dialga, and this is a good situation here. I think we're going to build up to the Aeroblast, go for 2 Sky Attacks, and kind of build that illusion. Never mind. We're going to go straight. See, every time I say the other way, it always is the other thing. Always, and we're getting the attack boost. Beautiful. So we're going to be doing that much more damage with our Dragon Tail up against Mewtwo. Getting to the Sky Attack, unfortunately not able to get it off. I think I'm going to be shielding this up. Similar situation that we were seeing in the beginning, kind of having a little bit of a deja vu here. Going for the Sky Attack, which an attack boost by 2 stages. So it's going to be doing a whole lot of damage. Probably almost taking them out here. Letting that go because, yeah, we have the boost, but we don't really need to keep using our shields here. Bringing in the Buzzwole so we can finish it off with the star of the show. Let's go. Super effective up against the Mewtwo, and we're taking that win with a couple HP, maybe 1 HP there. Nice. Next battle met with a Yveltal. This is what I want to see. Hopefully no Gust, and they're swapping. They don't like that. Bringing in a Garchomp. So we're going to go ahead and swap into our Lugia here, and it's not like we were going to catch an Earth Power because that's not very effective up against Buzzwole because of the bug typing. We are retreating with energy. Maybe could have used Lunge, but I already know what's going on here. Since it is going to be Mud Shot, we have nothing to worry about. So we're going to be able to farm them down. Ton of energy here. Going to go for 1 Sky Attack. Going to go for 2 Sky Attacks. See if we can get a shield. And there it is from the Dialga. This is not very effective, but it's still going to be doing a decent amount of damage, a little bit of chip, as opposed to them just shielding and farming us down. They swap into the Yveltal to kind of snipe us there. Great, sounds good. Gonna go ahead and bring in our Buzzwole to start throwing these lunges. Now, if they do have, Hurricane. Gust is the quick move, Hurricane's the charge move. If they have Hurricane, that's going to one-shot us easy. It'll take out a whole family of Buzzwoles if there's ever such a thing. Okay. Alright, so we're just going to call it. It is going to be a Focus Blast, and we're able to farm them down. Alright, flexing quite literally. They back out with their Dialga, and we take the win with the Buzzwole team yet again. Let's keep it moving here, see what we're going to see with our next opponent. Another Togekiss League. Great, let's see how we do play out of this. Swapping into our Lugia, they're going to be swapping into Yveltal. And this is exactly what we want to see. Yeah, they're super effective to me. We can let the first one go. That's one shield, no problem at all. The next one is definitely going to KO, and it is bringing us down pretty low. Building up to the Aeroblast, and now we're going to start throwing these Sky Attacks. The thing about Yveltal is it really can't take a hit. Our Dragon Tail's doing a decent amount, and they can't really farm us down at this point here. I mean, let's just see how this plays out. Going for another Sky Attack. Do they want a double shield? They let it go. Are we going to be able to farm down? Unfortunately not, but I feel like it's going to almost be within our best interest to shield this up and win that matchup because it was so horrible, and we need that alignment with the Melmetal. Going for the Sky Attack, just throwing that blindly, which is great because we're able to do that much more damage to the Togekiss, and they're going to be swapping into their Excadrill, which is in the back, and this is pretty much a wrap here, folks. Yeah, we're going to go for Lunge, which is going to lower their attack. It's going to do a whole lot less with the Rock Slide. And at this point, we're going to be able to farm them down, go for the Lunge on the Togekiss, and even if they get to a Flamethrower, we're going to be able to take them out, and they still have a shield left, so it's not going to really be too much of an issue here. So farming them down, oh, never mind, they used that last shield, that's all we really needed them to do. Going for the Lunge, and they are going to be able to farm us down here pretty fast. So we got 1, 2, 3, and 4 charms. Great, even if they have a Fire Blast, or a Togekiss with a Fire Blast. No, thank you, please. Flamethrower. Alright, and we're going to take them out. If you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching, and take care.
The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Hey! So you're finally here! Fantastic!
Touch the cat. This is the best thing